women want from a first date?
I don't know, Florence. What do they want? So we have asked a bunch of women to see what they would want, ideally, from their very first date.
And this is what we found out.
Of course, everybody is different. Different preferences. If we were all the same, we would be fucked.
Boring.
What's your dream first date?
I've had a couple of successful first dates, I think. First, like the most simple one that I really enjoyed was just like going to a bar. It's always like, I'm thinking of times I've really like gelled with these people, and that's what obviously makes a great date. So my first date with my boyfriend, we just went to a pub, had some drinks, not too many drinks, just like 3 probably each, and like most of the date was just like talking, getting to know each other, sharing like a lot of common interests. Other really good dates was wine tasting, like doing something a little bit more extravagant, something that you can both sort of enjoy, talk about during the date, because then there'll be like no awkward silences because you're sort of doing an activity together. So I think activity dates are also really good.
Definitely.
But alcohol is great as well, just because it helps your nerves a little bit.
Takes the edge off.
I'm not obviously suggesting that like alcohol is great and it solves all dating problems, but like if you drink responsibly on dates, it can be really good. So what's your ideal date?
The first thing you think of is alcohol, because you either go to a bar or a pub and keep it casual, and if it goes shitly, you can have one drink and leave, and if it goes well, you can stay or go to like move on to something else. If I was gonna think about like my dream first date, then it would be going to a gallery or a museum, going for food, and then going for drinks. But that's all bear in mind that I gel with this person. It's so hard to tell. Actually, yeah, I went to a pub with my boyfriend.
Yeah.
Just met up with the pub. I stayed close to my area. I didn't go anywhere too far because otherwise it's a trek back and you're just really sad and lonely if it goes wrong. I did a lunchtime date because I was like, no, I don't want to have sex today. If you do a lunchtime date, then it's harder to have sex. You're like, no, I haven't shaved. I'm not gonna go and have sex. So yeah, lunchtime date, and then you get a little bit like day drunk, and then we ended up going for food afterwards. And
yeah, that's the good thing about lunchtime dates actually, because they can progress.
Yeah.
Like you're really getting along well, you can progress and do dinner afterwards, or
absolutely
continue doing other activities.
And again, ideal date would be fucking and then just chilling in the morning. Like I'd love that, but it doesn't happen like that all the time. Of course not.
So the ideal place to go for a first date would be somewhere not too busy, somewhere where you can hear each other, because quite a lot of times like you go to a bar and it's just so loud and you're having to shout, which isn't great for a first date.
Definitely don't do it on a weekend where it's like a Friday or Saturday. Always do it on a weekday, so even if you want to escape, you can be like, I've got work in the morning, sorry, I have to go.
Yeah, that's actually, really good tip.
So having somewhere that you know well is actually like really admirable. It's quite like a non-turn if someone's like, oh, I know this great place, I really want to take you to it, and then they know what to order, or they know what drinks are the best, or they even know the people there, then you're like, sweet, this is cool. But if you don't know anywhere, then be like, oh, there's this new place that I really want to check out, or like, you know, you can play it to your advantage.
Make sure you're on time. There's nothing worse than waiting for your date for a really long time. If you are running a bit late, make sure to message them to let them know, so they're not just like wondering whether you're going to turn up or not.
If you're going to be anywhere over 10 minutes late, always message. But as soon as you're getting to like the half an hour mark or even the hour mark, definitely call. Of course, like we're all busy and shit comes up, and if you have to cancel a date and you actually don't want to, it does still look like you're buoying them off. So make sure you reschedule. If you have to cancel, call them up. Don't fucking do it over text, because that's really lame, especially if it's on the day. If it's like a few days in advance, that's fair enough, but always reschedule and be like, okay, I can't make it this day because of this, but I really want to meet with you, so can we change it to this day?
Give a warm welcome. Start with a nice friendly hug.
And always greet with a smile. As old as it is, us girls like a gentleman. We like people who are polite. Actually, same with anyone. If you're a girl, like you like politeness, like hold the door open for somebody, whether you're a girl or a boy, and pull out a chair. It might seem lame, but you'd be like, of course I'm gonna do that. It's just a nice thing to do.
It is a nice gesture. You're like, oh, okay,
Thanks. Ooh.
And also, it's super nice to start your date with a compliment. You're looking really great tonight, or just something really simple.
Yeah, don't be like, oh, you look way better than your pictures, because that's just insulting their pictures.
Yeah.
Even if it is true. Complimenting someone shows that you're confident enough to compliment someone. Also, us girls should return the favour as well. Like, compliment the guy. I definitely complimented Thomas the first time I met him. I was like, oh my god, you're well fit. And he was like, thanks. Great way to start conversation is to talk about your day or your week. What's been going on, like what do you do for a living? What do you do outside of work? Where do you live is such a big one as well.
Yeah, where you're from. And then find your common interests. This is what really keeps a date rolling. Are you into film, TV? Are you into sports? Anything that you share.
Yeah, music, art, it could be anything that you enjoy personally. See if they like it too. A big point is do not get your phone out. Don't have it on the table because it makes you look uninterested. Don't keep checking it for the time, even if you've got a message. It's understandable if you have an important call coming through that you cannot ignore, but please explain that to the other person first.
Yeah, it's really rude.
So fucking rude.
Also, if you're going out for a drink, pace yourself with the alcohol. It's not sexy to get bladdered.
As soon as you get bladdered, it's obvious that you were like way too nervous, and it's just not sexy to be drunk. I used to fail really hard at this one. Do not talk about exes. Just don't do it. Don't bring them up, don't mention them. Even if the other person mentions it, don't bring it up because it means that you might not be over them.
Positivity goes a long way. Don't be really negative about things. Like, ugh, I hate work at the moment.
Yeah,
things are
such a
going
shit
really
week.
badly.
Oh, I've been single for so long.
Ugh.
No one wants to be around like a negative person. Even if you have had a shit week, just be positive. Like, that's attractive.
Yeah, positivity is definitely attractive.
It's super sexy to talk about your ambitions and goals and what you want from the future. Not many guys do this or even think about this, but for a girl to hear that from a guy, it's like, oh my god, he's got life goals.
It's just really attractive. I don't know what it is.
It's so attractive.
Maybe it's like part of our biology, like, oh, this is a good mate.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, as women, we just constantly think about the future. It's like programmed into us. So
Yeah.
you meet a guy that even is like, oh, I'm saving up some money to go traveling. That's attractive.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna have a career change. I really want to get into this. That's attractive.
Yeah. And also being responsible with your money.
Don't talk about how skint you are, basically.
Even though I kind of hate saying this one, I would say offer to pay the bill because it's
yeah.
just so nice. And also, but like if she's like, actually I'd like to split it, also be up for that.
Yeah.
Don't be like, no, it's on me.
Because like a lot of new age girls are very much like it's about equality and I want to half pay for it. But if you feel like the date's gone really well and you actually want to show off a little bit, it is a really nice gesture to pay for the whole bill. But I think it's so unfair that guys have to pay for the bill. I think that's just fucked up. It's not fair.
That's not equality, really, is it?
Yeah, definitely not equality. But unfortunately, we're still stuck in that age of like,
Yeah.
the guy definitely needs to pay for everything.
Yeah, and this is, we didn't really like want to mention this one, but it is something that women are attracted to.
Yeah, if the date goes well, definitely kiss at the end. Don't not kiss, even if it's like daytime. Even if you're not drunk, definitely go in for a kiss.
It's also the first time you'll really see if you have chemistry.
And if she rejects you, you know not to go on a second date.
Avoid talking about second dates on the first date as well, because if it hasn't gone totally well, you could be putting the other person in a really awkward position.
Yeah, like a quick like, okay, I'll go on a date with you, and then it's dreaded.
It's definitely like something you should do, like call them up afterwards and be like, hey, I had a really nice time. Do you want to go on a second date? Or just send a text.
I love a guy who calls afterwards. I'm like, yeah, that's confidence for you, man.
Yeah, sexy.
That's sexy. The majority of women won't fuck on the first date. A lot of women are going on dates to look for a relationship, but there is still a huge majority of women out there that do just want to fuck.
If the lady does just want to shag, that's probably going to be quite obvious from the way you came about the date.
Yeah, or she'll make it really obvious to you.
There's nothing wrong with fucking on the first date, even if you both are looking for a relationship. But quite often people like to give it some time to make sure that they know that the other person is serious about them and not just wanting a shag.
I, on the other hand, would prefer to fuck on the first date because I think it's very important to know that the sex is going to be good. I don't want to like somebody and then have sex and then we're not compatible. So it just depends on different people.
Me and my boyfriend fucked on the second date and that worked out for me.
Yeah, mine was second date actually with Thomas.
Anyway, we hope you enjoyed these tips for dating. And if you have any tips as well, just put them in the comments below. And we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.
Subscribe, like, bye.
Thank you so much for watching.
Woo! I'm glad you enjoyed it and you've made it this far to the end.
Please support us on Patreon.
We earn no money from YouTube whatsoever. It might be $3 or $4 a month, if that, split between the both of us. So if you have any money at all and if our channel has been useful for you at all, please pledge some cash to our Patreon.
Please support us.
Please, even just a few dollars or a few pounds would mean so much to us.
So much.
We earn no money from our YouTube channel, so it means that we can keep doing this in our free time to give you advice and extra pleasure.
More.